There's an old saying, when ships were made of wood, men were made of steel.
Come on, boys!
Come on!
230 years ago, the crew of a British Navy ship rose up and overthrew its captain. He and a few loyal men were bundled into a tiny boat and abandoned in the middle of the Pacific. They should have died. Instead, they managed to navigate 4,000 miles to safety. It remains one of the greatest survival feats of all time.
Start moving now. This is serious.
Now, for the first time, 9 men are following the same route in an identical boat, facing the same conditions, to measure themselves against history.
Back then, those guys were hard as nails. Can the modern day man endure such hardships?
Can't see shit! When I'm on my deathbed, I want to look back and say I did something amazing. There's nothing normal about being here. Nothing.
Your trouble is you don't like the truth.
There should be a bit more to life than working really hard and then getting smashed.
Chris!
Stop jumping off of there!
It's dangerous! Don't tell me what to do! Come on, lads, bail!
If we make it through, I think it's a huge triumph.
Oh my God! It's a shark!
We return, victors!
If we make one mistake,
Whoa!
it's utter disaster.
We end up in the water, it's not a game, it's not a joke.
The Pacific is just a beast. It's vast. You don't have a clue what is down there. And that's scary.
It's a surreal place. It's as close as we can ever get on this planet to being out in space.
It's the hardest environment to survive in. This task is immense, it's huge. The length of the journey, you imagine 4,000 miles on a rowing boat. Just saying it should put the fear of God into you.
In April 1789, HMS Bounty was sailing from Tahiti to the West Indies. A poisonous rift had been brewing between the crew and its tough young captain, William Bligh. 16 months into the voyage, rebellion broke out.
I am now to relate one of the most atrocious acts of piracy ever committed. At dawn of day, several men came into my cabin, and while I was asleep, seized and tied my hands behind my back and took the bounty from me.
It would go down in history as the Mutiny on the Bounty. Captain Bligh and a handful of loyal crew were cast adrift in an open boat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The nearest friendly port was 4,000 miles away, across some of the world's most unforgiving seas. How they got there is the stuff of legend. Now, these men are being abandoned in the same place as Bligh and his crew, in the middle of nowhere.
Right, guys, start switching on now. We're by ourselves. This is it. Look around you. This is us for the next 60 days.
When Captain Bligh was tossed off the Bounty, they had no charts. They basically had, what, weeks' worth of food, weeks' worth of water. I'm pretty sure most of the guys in that boat knew that was it. They were dead.
This is real now, guys. Let's go.
Prepare to hoist the sails.
We've been left for dead. A crew of 9 strangers. And now we all have to survive, basically.
Ready to raise the jib? Lee-ho!
Stepping into Captain Bligh's shoes is Ant Middleton, a veteran of the Special Boat Service who served in Iraq and Afghanistan.
The journey's going to be tougher for me than it was for Bligh. You know, Bligh's men were hardened sailors. So for me as a leader, can I take the modern-day man and recreate Bligh's voyage? Can I do it? In my head, I can do it. But it's going to push me to my limits.
On the port or starboard? Starboard.
Inside. One sec, boys.
I think the logistics of all the ropes and stuff, you sort of get it. There's a lot of ropes, essentially.
Ben, watch yourself. Ben! Ben, you just fucked everything up there, didn't you?
Yeah. Ben, your end goes up.
This end goes up?
Yeah.
Fuck.
The men bring skills that mirror those of Bligh's crew.
Being earmarked as the carpenter of the boat is quite a weird one because I've got oddly quite a lot in common with the original carpenter of the boat. He's named William Purcell. He's 27. He's from South London as well. Eerily, like, we were born within 2 miles of each other, and I've definitely been walking down the same roads as him. I want to grow up, kind of thing. I want to not just be that guy that drank 20 pints and did a load of shots and it was a legend for one night. I want to be a bit more and be a better story for my family. This is all pretty much ancient 18th century style tools that I've been given to repair the ship. This has a real serious issue with the boat. I'm going to be up shit's creek.
As we need the other med kit. Should be a black bag with a cross on it. I am a doctor. I'm not a sailor at all. I'm quite scared of sharks. I'm scared of getting sunburned. But by all accounts, Bligh's doctor was a sort of overweight alcoholic. So hopefully I can bring a lot more than he did.
Their boat is an exact replica of Bligh's, built for this voyage. They'll be filming themselves and carrying the same rations Bligh's crew were left with. They have no toilets, no shelter, and in such a tiny boat, no privacy.
I'm trying to find out whether this is sleepable. Mate, this is... I don't know.
I have to sleep here.
Bligh's first act was to make for the nearest land, the tiny island of Tafua, 35 miles away, to try and supplement his meager rations. The crew set a course northwest, hoping to do the same. Their constant companion during the coming weeks will be Captain Bligh himself. He kept a detailed journal that remarkably survived the voyage.
We bore away across a sea where the navigation is but little known, in a small boat, 23 feet long from stem to stern, deep laden with men.
I can see land.
Or am I imagining it?
Yeah.
day's sailing, Tofua's craggy outline appears on the horizon.
Just thinking about how hard the challenge is going to be. It's all good and well at the moment, and you know, first day everyone's morale's boosted, but let's see what it's like by day 20. That was really when Bligh said his men really started to suffer. Okay, so I'm just going to read a little bit of Bligh's journal. My first determination was to seek supply of breadfruit and water from Tofua,
where I expected to land. But the shore proved to be so steep and rocky that I was obliged to give up all thoughts of it and keep the boat under the lee of the island, for there was no anchorage.
It's kind of strange after you read that. You know, you can see the steepness of the cliffs, exactly how he described them. I'm from the great maritime city of Liverpool, and this is my yacht Roma where I live. When I was 25, I really screwed up my life and I ended up going to prison. I'm not proud of that fact at all. I'm actually quite ashamed about it. But I do believe now that it was meant to happen, because it's put me on this path now. From the day I got out of prison, if my life was a graph, it's just done that since. It's just gone up and up and up.
Chris left prison gripped by a life-changing ambition to sail around the world single-handed.
A light bulb lit up, and I knew this is what I'm meant to be doing with my life. This is who I am and who I should be. So I quit everything I was doing. It's time to sell the house, sell everything that I own, and that's how I got my boat.
Tofua's rocky coast will make getting ashore a major challenge. Ant decides not to attempt it until morning.
As you can see, the sun's setting. It's the end of the first day. I've got to remember that these guys aren't military personnel. They're trying the hardest.
Still no joy, Dan?
Mate, I was just about to go. Fuck off. I was just about to go.
As you can hear, a lot of the lads are finding it hard to wee.
Is it working, Dan?
Oh, mate. I was just about to piss. It's gone right back in now.
I didn't think it would be so hard to pee. It's because your muscles are so tensed because you're trying to balance. I had like abdominal pains because I couldn't pee.
"4 a.m.
Big wave!
A fierce squall blows up out of nowhere.
Make sure you clicked in, guys.
Big movements.
It's not gusty, mate. This is hurricane cyclone.
Comrades on the helm. It's getting pretty bad now.
Strong winds are driving the boat towards Tofua's jagged shoreline.
Stand by for the jibe.
Standing by.
There you go.
Inside or outside?
Outside.
The crew fight to keep their tiny boat off the rocks.
The sea state's quite rough. It's a sailor's nightmare.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
First to feel the effects is the crew's youngest member, 23-year-old Freddie.
Freddie's being sick.
You all right, Dan?
You okay, mate?
Where I've been in.
It's just a taste of what the Pacific Ocean has in store for them.
They've just got a fucking reality check, basically, and it's fucking him smacking the face. Wait! It's only going to get worse and worse and worse, you know.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
I've never been happier to see the sun. Last night was one hell of a night.
Like all good nights, I threw up.
The men are just 35 miles into Captain Bligh's 4,000-mile voyage and have spent their first night battling wild seas.
I'm like so hungry, probably the most hungry I've ever been in my entire life.
Breakfast is a single ship's biscuit made from flour, salt and water. Exactly what Bligh and his men survived on.
It's like joke food, isn't it?
The men's basic ration will be biscuits and some dried beef, a daily intake of just over 400 calories.
Very 18th century.
These are all different sizes, but they're the same weight, okay?
Mate, that's not good.
Mate, you've got one of those every 8 hours.
Oh, it does taste like shit, man.
Rishi is in charge of rationing and is ready to cook anything they catch or forage en route.
I'm quite a chef. I ran a chalet in the Alps for 6 months. 3-course meals for 18 people every day. So I can cook, but I don't really cook seafood. Seafood isn't my go-to dish. If we get a fish, I'll do my best to gut it and skin it and do whatever it takes. I'll get stuck in, definitely.
The volcanic island of Tofua is the best chance of finding food and water for 400 miles. But daylight reveals just how dangerous getting ashore will be.
You just look at the waves crashing against the rock there.
It's pretty daunting right now, actually. I was just wondering what Bligh must have thought if he saw this and he thought, well, how am I going to get ashore here?
Hear the winds coming off the...
Don't do the jib yet, let the jib
I know.
and backwards.
Guys, one voice. Conrad's voice.
Get a bit more tension on that.
They need to find a sheltered spot where they can drop anchor. But strong currents are driving them onto the rocks.
Let's get the oars out as quick as we can, guys.
The only way to control the boat is sheer muscle power.
Oars back.
And one.
Got the winds against us, the tide against us, but Bligh's men were here, so we're going to be there.
Guys, I can see up there, just round the corner.
Ants number 2, Conrad, has spotted a promising bay.
Come on! Come on, boys! We've got 200 metres past these jagged rocks here. We've got to give it all, otherwise this journey's over, the boat's finished.
Can't really see fucking shit. Just rub it off.
You're all out, you're all out. Okay, you're all out, okay. Can't get it out.
Fearing Chris might lose his oar, Ant steps in.
Come on.
Can't get it. Let's go. Keep the noise down, let's get this done. Can't get them out with the course. Keep the noise down, let's get this done.
One, keep rowing, row.
Let's go, boys.
Push on. 1, 2, come on, Chris, put your back into it, mate. 1.
Come on, get in, big lads.
Big row, come on. Okay, and I'm going to jump in. Jump out.
Conrad takes over from Chris.
1, 2, come on.
100 metres, guys, let's go.
Big push now, come on. 1. 2.
Yeah, I think we should anchor here now.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Boys, sterling effort that. Well done, boys. You should be proud of yourselves there. Yeah.
This is it. First bit of land. Let's see what's on there.
Good luck.
Watch out, it's very slippery, watch out.
Good luck!
Most of the men stay on board to keep the boat off the rocks. They're not impressed by Chris's rowing.
You know what? I don't mean to be a bitch, right? But Chris didn't want to row. He didn't put a an oar in.
You've cottoned on to his attitude, though, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. He certainly got my back up, particularly when we sat there going,
Right, what I want you to do, mate, I need you to collect firewood. We're going to go off and forage about, see what we can get, mate.
Okay.
Happy?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's get this done.
Let's do it.
Remember, mate, this is not two separate teams here. We're still one team here.
Yeah.
So anything that you're doing, just think about the lads, all right?
Okay.
If they get into the ship, mate, you're their point of call, OK?
All right.
Chris, at no point do I want you to get in and out of that water by yourself.
I won't, mate.
OK,
No.
you stay here.
I will. I'll just do exactly what I've been told. Told to wait here to collect firewood. Really not happy. Didn't realise I was doing this to be treated like a 10-year-old kid. Ants just tricked me into fucking staying there like a 10-year-old kid with a knife collecting firewood.
He is not pleased.
It's a real shame that was Jax's attitude there. We're all part of a team. You know, we've all got a job to do. And if that's the job he's been assigned to do, he should take some pride in it. Have you got much firewood? The only one thing I'd say, mate, is he's Captain Bligh. Just remember, he's our captain.
Just bollocks.
The men are relying on Ant to find food and water.
If you look here, this looks more like an animal track. It's big. Could be a pig. They're hard things to catch. But when you catch them,
Ant is climbing the same volcano Bligh scaled in 1789.
We went off into the country. We advanced within 2 miles of the foot of the volcano, which is almost constantly burning. But nothing eatable could be found. We returned extremely fatigued. When I came to the precipice, I felt dizzy and faint. Upon the whole, we considered ourselves on as miserable a spot of land as could well be imagined.
there's nothing on this island.
Ant has spent 6 hours looking for food in Tofua's steamy interior.
Am I going to let Tofua break me? Definitely not. Coconuts. I can see them.
How many have you got so far?
We've got about 20. On average, about 30. So we've all got sort of 3 coconuts each for our next leg. And if I have to fucking die to get those, I will.
All Ant has to show for his efforts on Tofua is a handful of coconuts and a crew member having mutinous thoughts.
I got myself in a real bad state this afternoon, quite angry at Ant at the time. But I'm finding it kind of hard being stuck on a boat with 9 guys. You know, it's only going to be a matter of time before people really start to snap and start getting pissed off for real.
Oh my God, it looks like the Teletubby sun.
Looks like a pyramid.
Mate, it rises so quickly.
The volcanic island of Tofua has left the men hungry and Chris suffering.
I've been bitten bad last night. That's not just one mosquito, that's a swarm of them, isn't it?
Captain Ant is also feeling the pressure.
Last night, I sort of felt a bit like I'd let the team down because I've got nothing for them apart from coconuts.
Meanwhile, The crew are getting used to life on a small boat.
Day 3, and we've already been reduced to that of beasts. Literally shitting over the side.
Getting to know each other very well.
I'm definitely not going in the water now.
What the fuck is he doing? Chris! We're here as a team, yeah? If he gets injured, he's our responsibility. He's not thinking about us.
It's selfish what he's doing.
He's just showing off. I don't know who he's showing off to, because he's not impressing anyone. Stop jumping off of there! Stop it! Stop doing that!
Why?
Stop it! It's dangerous!
It's fine.
There's 6 people over here that have said we don't want you doing it.
What?
You're putting yourself at risk, mate. There's no way Ant will have said to him, go down and jump off the rocks. He's got absolutely no discipline whatsoever.
Jesus Christ, come on.
Chris, go up and around. Don't go down the cliff.
Cliff? Do not go down there.
It's a fucking rock.
Shut the fuck up for once and go up that way.
No, how about you shut the fuck up? Don't speak to me like I'm a fucking kid. And I'm not your child, so don't fucking tell me what to do, fucking dickhead.
He just doesn't care. This isn't a fucking holiday.
Amazing. We've been at sea for 2 days and there's already conflict. 2 days and people are already sort of getting a bit antsy with each other.
If you say to me, don't do it, stop it, I'm gonna fucking do it, do you know what I mean? I'm an adventurer, that's what I am. And he's going, you're risking your life and all this. Yeah, don't fucking tell me not to be me. My job title is sailor, adventurer. It's exactly what my job title is.
Chris needs to listen a bit more. You can tell he's got a problem with authority. I'm telling him about 4 times to do stuff and he's just not doing it. But he just needs to, he's gonna make a lot of enemies otherwise.
Ant is leaving Tofua with a bag of coconuts, and 1 man isolated from the rest of the crew. But when Captain Bligh left in 1789, he had much worse to deal with. After making contact with the native islanders, he traded buttons for food. But when he tried to leave, the mood darkened.
The beach was lined with natives, and we heard nothing but the knocking of stones together. I knew very well this was the sign of an attack.
As the crew raced for the boat, the islanders bombarded them with rocks, killing one of Bligh's men.
Bye-bye, Tofua.
Good fucking riddance.
Good riddance.
With a 4,000-mile voyage still ahead of them, Captain Ant needs to pull his crew together.
Guys, let's not fucking fall apart and let's always, please, think about the team.
Chris, I'm sorry, mate, but your attitude sucked. There's 6 people on the boat here who have concern for your welfare.
I'm fine, trust me.
Right? Listen, I don't want you dicking around on the rocks.
Wasn't dicking around.
The attitude needs to fucking stop. If we tell you to do something, from now on, just do it, okay? Everyone happy?
Right, let's get the sails up.
As far as I'm concerned, one big happy family, mate. Oh, shit. Yeah.
The next stage of the journey is 500 miles of open ocean. Like Bligh, Ant is relying on the trade winds to carry them towards Fiji, where he hopes he'll have more luck finding food and water.
I'm one of them sorts of people, me, I'll get myself in a real mood and then 20 minutes later, you know,
Fine.
yeah, sorry, apologise and let's move on.
Chris, sorry I yelled at you earlier, mate. I'm just fucking worried about you, all right?
It's all right.
If you slipped and fucking fell on your head,
I know.
we'd have all been pissed off.
Yeah.
Right?
Get it, mate. Cheers, dude. Good luck.
They make good progress, travelling 100 miles in 24 hours. But then suddenly, the wind drops.
Come on, wind.
The sun is baking. It's so hot.
Every 18th century crew feared the doldrums. Marooned at sea, they faced extreme thirst and the spectre of madness.
This is the hardest bit for me, mate. This is. Don't like sitting around like this. I get agitated.
I was talking to Conrad about it earlier, and he said it can be one of the most dangerous things about a journey, this.
Why?
Because it's when men give up.
We're basically trotting along at a snail's pace, and the abnormal stench that is now emanating across the boat, it's disgusting, and at times it can be overwhelming.
I was asleep. I was lying under and I was thinking, I must stink. I thought to myself, I need to go and have a wash. Then I turned my head. My head was here, and I had a little tickle on my nose, and it was that.
On this boat, your face is only ever, I'd say, 2 feet max from another man's bottom.
Carpenter Ben takes advantage of the lull to make his first repair.
He's not only a carpenter, he's a seamstress, he's a tailor, he's multi-talented.
Sewing captain's trousers back together. He's been a bit too active.
Probably didn't like my ball bag hanging out too much.
I did get bored of looking at little Ant all the time, and you just got these things jangling at you.
But no, very kind of him. Looking after each other, as we should be doing.
After 36 hours with barely a breath of wind, the sails finally fill.
We're smashing through the waters at the moment.
I reckon we're doing 5+ knots here.
Just feels like we've got a little bit under our belt now.
Yeah, it feels wicked.
Does it?
Yeah.
The wind has picked up, the waves have picked up, the swell, the spray, it's all gotten quite sort of big in the last hour or so, which creates that nasty sort of atmosphere of like a foreboding.
These are dangerous waters. The men must thread their way through a scatter of islands fringed by treacherous underwater reefs. Striking a reef could rip their boat apart.
So we're going to hit this area at nightfall, which is not good.
It's up to second in command, Conrad, to chart a safe passage.
This island here, it's not lit. You know, it's 4 miles wide between this reef here and this island. It's going to be dark. You know, last thing I want to do is put the boat on a reef.
Conrad has raced round the world single-handed, but he's used to having GPS, online charts and weather reports.
Listen in, guys. Okay, we're going to pass through this tonight. I need everyone to stay vigilant. If we say all hands on deck, everyone's up, okay? Because when we go through it, it's going to be fucking serious times ahead. It's definitely the biggest challenge so far. Once we get through here, we're happy sailing, but we've hit it at a bad time.
Is that an imagination or is that a lump of land?
There's an island and a smaller blobby bit on the end of it, right over there.
That's the first time that it's hit me that this is pretty serious shit.
Just got to be cautious of these little ones here.
In daylight, it's easy to see the surf breaking over the reef. But at night, they'll be hard to spot.
I think us crashing into a reef and the boat disintegrating and all of us going AWOL in the water would be the #1 worst scenario.
Reesh?
Yeah?
Can you be my ears and eyes?
I was just waiting for the call.
You're sort of looking, trying to sort of pick up some breaking waves.
Can't see anything yet.
Luke looks like he's praying. He is. He's praying for both of us.
Can you hear something? Sounds like a bit of a roar.
We've got a very strong gust here, guys. Try and get that sail in a bit.
Tell me when, Conrad.
That's good.
Halfway through the reefs, they're hit by a sudden storm.
At least the water's warm. Guys, it's not a game, it's not a joke. If we end up in the water, we have to fucking wipe this out, right?
Hit some pretty big swell, big waves, big waves.
It's the first serious test of Ant as a captain.
Big wave.
And of Conrad's sailing skills.
Wind shifted 180 degrees and it's blowing about 30 knots.
I am clinging on for dear life right now.
Big wave. Is everyone in the boat?
Yeah.
It's fucking scary. The boat feels really unstable.
Let's put that one back in a bit.
This is pretty shit. I've never ever experienced anything like this before. Wave! The heart's going, mate. The heart is going.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah, all good.
It's 7 a.m. The men have made it safely through the reef system and survived their first major Pacific storm.
It was horrible. I think it really shows you how vulnerable we are and how sort of extreme this journey is.
Everybody knows here that this is for real. That this isn't a game. That storm we got caught in was a matter of life or death, and they know it now.
When people like Conrad and kick in, they are Iron men, really. I prejudged Ant before I got on the boat, and I thought he was like a hard man bullshitter. But after seeing him in the storm with Conrad, I think he's 100%. Sorry, Ant. Sorry, mate.
What's that? Hey, I'm not your mate, I'm your captain.
Oh, that's fucking wrong, mate. I'm not sorry for that fucking. After last night, ain't we classed as sailors or what?
I think you are.
Hey! You can put sailor on your CV now.
Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. Look at the fucking sign of that.
Be ready on the sheets. Big squall coming in here, guys.
The high seas aren't letting up. Conditions Bligh and his men faced at exactly the same point in their voyage.
Monday the 4th of May. This day the weather was very
severe. It blew a violent storm. The sea ran very high. We were now in very imminent danger. The sea curling over the stern of the boat obliged us to bail with all our might.
Oh, nice. Come on, lads, bail.
We're stuck on this open top boat.
We've already gone through hell, and heaven is yet to arise.
It's a new day, and for Chris, there's a new problem.
Oh, Luke! Oh, Jesus!
It's fucking in pain. We're in this situation where you're cold and you're wet. When you've got fucking a big blister under your armpit that's swelling, and you've got that infection on my leg. Luke, that's getting worse.
Chris cut his leg in Tofua 5 days ago, and now the wound is infected.
It is really challenging because if I were in South London, where I normally work, I would know what to do and I'd know that they, maybe needed to go to hospital. Whereas here, I know what the solution is, but I'm powerless. There's nothing I can do.
Two days and nights of rain follow.
Among the hardships we were to undergo, that of being constantly wet was not the least. Our limbs were so benumbed that we could scarce find the use of them.
The problem now is that everyone's hands have started to become really sore. It's almost like the skin is like sloughing off.
Thirst I was prepared for, sleep deprivation, hunger, all that, yes, but trench hand, no. You know, you can't really, picking up ropes, you've got to be really careful because the skin will just come off in chunks. The story of the Mutiny of the Bounty I've known since I was a little boy. I mean, I was weaned on that kind of stuff, you know. I've gone through hardships before, and I think I can tolerate more discomfort than your average person. If I failed this for whatever reason, I would be devastated. I mean, call that stubbornness, call that pride, call it whatever you want. I want to be there till the end.
I feel absolutely useless at the moment. My hands are a mess and I can't even grip stuff properly. I'm no use as a cameraman and I'm no use running the boat. I'm just getting in the way. And literally, I don't think there's anything I can do with these until they've had...
They're not even bending, are
No.
they? Mate. Make it there, boss.
Yeah, I know.
They're just 1 week into Bligh's journey, with at least 5 more to go. But the cracks are already starting to show.
That rain is like water torture. But this isn't enough to break anyone.
It's just pouring in, mate.
Pretty serious stuff now, this really. Yeah. Everyone's shivering very violently. Rain is just relentless, just relentless. Isn't stopping, it's not letting up.
Finally, after 3 days of non-stop rain,
You can see like bits of snow now. A little island.
Look. See that in the horizon?
Oh, that looks absolutely amazing!
How good does that look?
End of that tarpaulin, I think I had the lowest moment of my whole life. No joke. But there's hope again, you know, to think that we might actually make it to landfall, which cannot come too soon.
Guys, I think we might be in Bligh water.
This stretch of water takes its name from Bligh's epic voyage.
As I advanced towards the land in the west, it appeared in a variety of forms. Extraordinary high rocks, agreeably interspersed with high and low land. I imagined these to be the islands called Fiji.
Dolphins!
Dolphins!
You could reach out and touch them. So cool.
They're just riding the waves like us.
Amazing, mate. Absolutely amazing.
This is insane. That's beautiful. Look at them go. Let's just get to Fiji now, mate.
Next time,
Yes! Home sweet home.
the crew make it onto dry land,
It's been a long time coming, this island.
get to grips with their food,
We try and spear it. We return, victors!
but there's trouble in paradise.
If he was going to be on that boat for the rest of the trip, I don't think I'd do it, to be honest.
I'm going to have a mutiny on my hands.